Keep shifting your body weight back. Now, we'll do Vrksasana. So balance on your left foot. Bring more weight into your left inner heel. Do you remember how I said the left inner edge of your sitting bone? Or excuse me, the inner edge of your sitting bone? Now it's the inner edge of your heel. So your inner back tire, press it down, right, of the left foot. Turn your right leg out. Lift your right leg up and bring your right foot up onto the thigh. That's it. And then just see. Okay, now bring the right foot down. Press into the inner right heel, the back inner tire. Turn your left leg out. Lift your left leg up. Hold the ankle. Don't bend down to get your leg. Lift your leg up. Place your foot. Good. Hands to the hips and then release. Okay, now if balance is an issue, please take the support of a wall. Go back to a wall. Take the support of a wall. That's fine to always use a wall. That's great. I often use a wall, as you've probably heard me say. Okay, now we'll do it once again, but with more awareness of the standing leg. So our first job in any pose is to become aware of the legs if it's a standing pose. So press into your inner left heel and turn your right leg out. And notice the change that happens in the left leg. Does your left hip go out? So as you push into the left inner heel, draw up from the outer left knee into the outer left hip. This should feel firm. Your outer left hip should feel like it's firm, almost like a rock. As you lift the right leg up, maintain that, and put your right foot up into the inner thigh. And get the heel all the way up into the pelvic floor. But make your attention about this standing leg. That's it. And then you can bring your hands to your heart center or the hands to the hips. So lift from the outer right knee into the right hip. Firm this in and push your right leg into your, your left leg into your right foot. That's the way. And now release, and we'll do the other side. Again, with more tension on this standing leg. So press into the inner right heel down into the sticky mat. Turn your left leg out. Lift your left foot up. Hold onto the ankle. Pull and get your heel all the way up into your pelvic floor. It goes all the way up into that pelvic floor. But notice, did your hip go out? So as you press into the sticky mat with your inner right heel, draw up from your outer right knee into the outer right hip and push your right leg into your left foot. So there's a confidence. And then maybe your hands come to the heart center in Namaskarasana. Very good. Now bring your hands to the hips and release. Very good. Okay, so now let's add. Now let's focus on the top, the lifted leg, right? So press the sticky mat with your inner left heel. Start to draw this left hip in. Turn your right leg out and bring your right foot all the way up. Get that foot to come up. Remember, the asanas are our way of meditating. All we're doing right now is meditating. That's what we're doing. Okay, so keep this outer left knee lifted. And as you push your left leg into your right foot, now focus on this leg. Lengthen this right inner thigh out, all the way out to infinity. And make sure that your hips are facing straight forwards, that this leg isn't bringing your hips to the right. Don't let your hips go to the right. Your hips are straight forwards. Lengthen this leg. And then you can bring your arms out to the sides. That's it. Good. And release. Let's do the other side. So bring more weight to your inner right heel. Push it down. Draw the outer right knee up. Turn your left leg out. Maintain this as you lift this leg. So we want to now work on this leg while maintaining the work of this leg. So you just can't forget about this leg, right? So press into the sticky mat with that inner right heel. Draw the outer right knee up. Push the right foot into the left leg. And now lengthen this left inner thigh like you're reaching this arm out. Reach this leg out. Reach it out. But keep your hips going straight forwards. Don't let your left knee be pulling your left hip backwards. Your hips should be going straight forwards. Good. And then come back to Tadasana. You see how the hips are forward in Tadasana? That's how they should be in that leg as well. Okay, now I'll show you the classic arms, okay? So the classic arms go like this. You bring your arms out. I know we didn't lift them on that second side, but that's okay. So turn the tops of your arms out, and then just watch, and then you bring your arms all the way up, and I have to get my arms behind me, a little bit behind me, and I bring my arms together without bending my arms. So this is Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, so now some of you won't be able to do that because you haven't cultivated that shoulder opening just quite yet. So what you can do is you can lock your thumbs, and that helps to squeeze the arms in. So let's all do that. Stand in Tadasana, bring your legs together, bring your arms out to the sides, turn your upper arms, that's it. Bring your arms upwards into Ardha Chandrasana. We've done this once, haven't we? Now turn your right palm forward, turn your left palm forward. This is another version of Ardha Chandrasana. Lock your thumbs, pull on your thumbs, and squeeze your arms into the head. That's the way. Get taller and thinner. You're still lifting your rib cage with your imaginary hands. Switch the cross of the thumbs, press the heels down, move your buttocks towards your heels. Lift your ribs up. Get your arms behind your head if you can. That's it. And then bring your arms out to the sides and down. Okay, let's put that all together. Press into your inner left heel. Draw the left hip in. Turn your right leg out. That's it. Lift the right leg up. All the way up. So keep your standing leg established. Reach this right inner thigh out. That's it. Keep your hips straight forwards. Bring your arms out to the sides. Maintain the work of both legs. Turn your arms. Bring your arms up. If you could do Ardha Chandrasana with integrity, then go for it. Otherwise, lock the thumbs. Lock the thumbs. Lift the rib cage. Lift. Go taller. That's it. It's better to have straight arms and lock your thumbs than bent arms. That's beautiful. And then bring your arms out to the sides and down. Just feel the effects of the pose on that one side. Isn't it a great pose? Such a simple pose, but so affecting to the mind, because our mind has to focus if we're balancing on one leg. It just starts to focus, which is so nice. Let's do the other side. Press into the inner right heel, or press the inner right heel down, and keep the outer right hip in as you turn the left leg out. And then lift this leg up and place the foot all the way up into the pelvic floor. Maybe it's higher now. Have you lost your standing leg? Don't lose it. Now get your lifted leg, lengthen it. It's a hip opening pose with your hips forward. That's it. Now bring your arms out to the sides. Turn your arms. Raise your arms upwards. If you can do Ardha Chandrasana, great. Otherwise, just lock your thumbs. That's it. Lock your thumbs the less habitual way. Keep pushing your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot, and grow taller and taller and taller, like the most majestic tree. And then bring your arms out to the sides and down. Tarasana. Very good. Press your heels down, lift up through your chest. Now those of you at the wall, you can stay at the wall, just bring your whole mat to the wall if you'd like to work there, okay? If it's better for you to have your back against a wall, bring the whole long edge of your mat against the wall. Because now we're going to do Lutita, Trikonasana. So press your feet down. That's it. Bring your hands to the center of the chest. Okay? And the first couple of times we'll step out. Okay? So lift your arms. Bring your arms out to the sides. And then step your right foot out and step your left foot out. Your feet come out all the way out under the hands. Yes. Good. So this is called Lutita, Hasta, Podasana. Barbara, I think you can go wider with your legs. You have your feet here, and I want your feet to go here. That's it, all the way out, under the hands. Good. The toes are straight forwards. Kneecaps are lifting. Make sure the buttocks isn't lifting. The buttocks goes down, the back, lower back is long. Now turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. That's it. Without turning your chest. So just like the pelvis was staying forward in tree pose, the chest stays forward in this pose. Your left hip comes a little bit forward in this pose. Don't worry about the hips being square. So now pull your kneecaps up and then reach out and come to triangle pose. Bring your top hand to the hip. Focus on your front right leg. Press the right big toe bone down. Press the inner right heel down. So those inner wheels, those inner tires, press them down. Pull your kneecap up. Pull it up. That's it. That same lengthening on the inner right thigh should be happening here. And lift from the outer right knee into the right buttocks, just like we did in Vrksasana. Outer right knee, and bring your right buttocks forward. Lift your chest. That's it. Lift your left arm, straighten your arms, pull up through your left arm, and come up out of the pose. Turn your right toes forward. Bring your hands to the chest, and then step your right leg in, and then step your left leg in. Okay, so we're focusing on that front leg, right? So the front leg, just like I asked you to do in this pose here, I asked you to lift from the outer knee into the hip. I'm asking you to do it the same thing here. The outer knee has to lift into the hip. That has to zip up so that the buttocks comes forward. Let's do the other side. Stand in Tadasana. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Lift your arms, bring your arms out to the side, step your left foot out, and then step your right foot out. Make sure that your feet are all the way out into the hands. Press your heels down, move your thighs back, lift your chest upwards. Okay, now without turning your chest stays straight forwards. Turn your right foot in, turn your left leg all the way out. And keep turning that leg. Good. Press your heels down, lift your chest up, reach out, and bring your left hand down to your leg, bring your right hand onto the hip. Press down through your left big toe mound into the sticky mat, press down into your left inner heel, pull your left kneecap up, and then lift from the outer left knee into your left buttocks, like I just showed a moment ago. There should be a pull in there. And bring your left buttocks forward, turn your inner left leg to the outer left leg. Now lift your chest towards your head, lift up your right arm, and pull your arms away from each other. Now reach up with your right hand, press your outer right foot, come up out of the pose. Turn your left foot in. Bring your hands to the chest and step your left foot in, and then step your right leg in. Stand in Tarasana. Good. So Marion, I'm counting on you to remember, which side the work you need to do to remember your individualization of the poses for your particular situation. Okay, very good. Now let's work on the back leg. What the heck is happening with that back leg, right? So bring your hands to the chest, raise your arms up. Now I'm going to show jumping for those of you who would like to jump. If you'd like to jump, it looks like this. You jump your legs apart and you jump your legs together. You jump your legs apart and you jump your legs together. Please do that if you'd like to, but not if you have any lower back issues, menstrual cycle, or joint issues, okay? So bring your hands to the center of the chest. Please step your legs apart or jump your legs apart. Bring your feet all the way out under the hands. That's it, all the way out. Turn your left foot in without turning your chest. Turn your right leg out and keep turning it. Yes. Now lift up through your chest. Bring your right hand down. Bring your left hand to the hip. Reestablish your front leg. Inner right foot presses. Outer right knee lifts. Right buttocks comes forward. Maintain that. Now press into the outer edge of your back foot, the little toe side, those outer wheels, those outer tires, and move your left leg back. Move the left front of the thigh back. As the right buttocks comes forward, the left thigh goes back. Now lift your chest, reach down with your right arm, reach up with your left arm. That's it. Lift your chest. Now reach up with that left arm. Keep your legs straight as you come up out of the pose. Nice. Turn your right toes forward. Bring your hands to the hips. Deepen your breath. Press your heels down. Use your thumbs to move the top of the buttocks down, lifting the abdomen up. Now raise your arms. Turn your right foot slightly in without turning your chest. Turn your left leg all the way out from the top of the thigh. Press down through your heels, lift, and then reach out and bring your left hand down to your leg. Bring your right hand to the hip. Now reestablish your front leg. Press the inner left foot down. Draw the outer left knee up into the left buttocks. Bring your left buttocks forward. Maintain that. Now press into the outer edge of your right foot and move your right thigh back. Left buttocks forward, right thigh back. Lift your chest. Reach down through the bottom arm, reach up through the top arm, pull your arms away from each other. Keep your legs poker straight as you press the heels down and come up out of the pose. That's the way. Turn your left foot in, and then either step your legs together or jump your legs together. Come back to Tarasana. So bring your feet together, bring your body weight back into the heel, just absorb the effects of Lutita Vrksasana. The thighs are back. The top of the buttocks is down. The middle of the buttocks comes forward. Where is the middle buttocks? Right here. Here's the top of the buttocks. It has to go down. The middle buttocks, here, it comes forward. The middle buttocks goes forward. Okay? So, BKS Iyengar said we have 3 buttocks. But Gita Iyengar, was even added to that, and she actually said, and it's actually more correct, we have 6 buttocks. 6 buttocks. That's very Iyengar. Okay, so now bring your feet together. That's it, and let's have a brick here now. So have some bricks outside your feet. So I'm just using bricks here. Some of you will even use the leg, but I'm just going to get the bricks just in case. For Lutita Vrksasana, so the extended side angle asana. So bring your feet together. That's it. Bring your hands to the center of the chest and either jump your legs apart or step your legs apart. When you step, you keep alternating which leg you step with. That's it. So you see from day to day, sometimes it feels really good to jump, sometimes not so good to jump. So you have to see. So turn your left foot slightly in, turn your whole right leg out. Okay, and then bend this knee, get the knee to come right over the ankle. Bring your right forearm onto the thigh, bring your left hand onto the hip. Maybe this is as far as you go. Otherwise, bring your right hand down to your brick. Yes? If you can do it, bring your right hand to the floor on your fingertips. But not if your chest is falling forward. It's better to use a brick. Okay, so use what you need to use. Now let's focus on the front leg. So as you press into that right heel, those wheels, those back wheels, lengthen this right inner thigh. Lengthen it like we did in tree pose. Do you remember that? I asked you to lengthen this thigh to infinity. Lengthen it. And as you do that, notice how the outer right knee presses back into the arm. That's it. And then draw back, also like tree pose on the other leg. Draw back from the outer right knee into the right buttocks and move your right buttocks forward. Roll your left shoulder back. Lift your left arm. Press the outer left foot, pull up with your left hand, then come up out of the pose. Excellent. Now turn your right toes forward, and then turn your right foot in slightly. Turn your whole left leg out from the top of the thigh. Yes. Keep your right shoulder back. Don't let it come forward. Inhale. Now exhale. Bend your left knee. Get your knee right over the ankle. Get your hip as low as the knee. Bring your forearm down. Bring your right hand to the hip. Maybe that's as far as you go. Others of you, bring your hand to a brick. The brick comes right outside the left ankle. Others of you, bring your fingertips to the floor. Fingertips, without your chest dropping. That's it. So now focus on pressing your left heel down, lengthening this left inner thigh to infinity. And as you do that, Velcro your left knee into your left arm and pull back from the outer left knee into the left buttocks. Bring your left buttocks forward. Lift your chest. Take your top arm up. Press your outer right foot. Reach up and come up out of the pose. Turn your left foot in. Bring your hands to the chest and either step your legs or jump your legs back together and stand in Tadasana. Okay, so that front leg has a lot going on, doesn't it? So when you're doing the pose, of course, the inner leg has to lengthen, but the outer knee has to draw back. So I'll show from this angle, it might be slightly better to see. This has to learn to lengthen, and this has to learn to draw back. Most of us, we have some degree of tightness on the inner leg. So what happens is the leg pulls in, and the buttocks goes back, and you end up like that. This has to lengthen, this has to come in. Okay, so let's try it again, but we'll keep that front leg, but now we'll add the back leg. Okay, so come to Tadasana. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. And either step your legs apart or jump your legs apart. Go all the way out. Bring your feet all the way out under the hands. That's it. Now turn your left foot in. Turn your whole right leg out from the top of the thigh. That's the way. Good. Now, as you bend this knee, so we're focusing on this leg now. So you have to feel like there's a belt around this leg, and that belt is being pulled that way. So as you bend this knee, this leg is being pulled that way. This leg, don't let this leg be pulled by this leg. This leg has to be pulled the other way. Both of your legs are moving away from each other. Come down, wherever you left off, hand to the brick, hand to the floor. So reestablish this right leg, right inner thigh, outer right knee back, outer right knee into the right buttocks forward. But focus on lifting this inner left leg up, like it's being pulled up. It's being pulled up, that inner left leg, so that more weight comes to the little toe side of the foot. That's it. Now take this top arm out to the side, and then sweep it like a, I don't know what, like some kind of blade, right? All the way up alongside the back of your ear. That's it. And then reach from that outer left foot all the way through that left middle finger. Keep lifting that left inner leg up. Now lift up your left arm and then come up out of the pose. Excellent. Turn your right foot in. Bring your hands to the hips. If anyone needs to bring their legs back together, of course, go ahead and do that. Okay? Bring your arms out to the sides. Take your legs wide apart. That's good, Marion. Now turn your right foot in slightly. Turn your whole left leg out from the top of the thigh. And then as we start to bend this leg, be real cognizant of this leg has to go back that way. Move your right leg back as you bring your forearm to the thigh, or you bring your hand to the brick, whatever you're working with. But focus on this leg lifting. This inner right leg is lifting, like I'm there and I have my hands there and I'm pulling that inner right leg up. Get more weight into the outer edge of the right foot. But don't forget this left leg. Lengthen this left inner thigh. Draw the left knee back. Outer left knee into the left buttocks forward. Now take this top arm and sweep it up and extend it. Press the outer right foot and reach through that right middle finger. Lift your chest. That's the way. Now lift up your right arm, press your left foot, and come up out of the post. Turn your left foot in. That's it. Bring your hands to the chest and either step or jump your legs back together. Excellent. Okay. Now come to a walk. And you put your hands onto the wall at the level of your waist. So right at the level of the waist, place your hands onto the wall and turn your hands all the way outwards, this way. Turn your hands all the way out. Good. Okay, now some of you are a little bit more experienced, so you can either stay there with your hands on the wall, or you can go to the next stage, which is to bring your hands down to the floor, wider than your feet. Wider than your feet. Now the head goes down. So you're either here, this is stage one. Please feel free to stay here. This is better if you have lower back sensitivity. Otherwise, watch what I do. I bring my hands down, and then I take my hands wider than my feet, and I release my head down. Of course, you can have blocks under your hands, whatever you need. Please stay in stage one if you have any sensitivity in your back. That's it. Take your feet wider, heels wider than toes. Nice. Spread the toes, not so wide, just as wide as your outer hips, as wide as the outer hips. Yeah, so it's not Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your legs closer together, Marion, a little bit. Release. If your head is down, then release it down. Take your hands even wider. Keep your hands in line with the outer shoulders. And remember the four corners of your feet. The front of the foot goes forward from the arch. The back of the foot skin goes backwards towards the heels. Balance equally on all four wheels. And then bring your hands to the hips and come up, or walk to the wall and come up. Okay. And then come back, and we'll do the first version that we learned in my classes of Ardha Chandrasana. So the block will come here. It's against the wall. If you don't have a wall, you can do it against a countertop. You can do it against a bed. It's good to have some support if you can figure that out. But if you don't have it, you just can do it in the center and see how it comes without the support. So notice that my right toes are going straight forwards. The right side of my body is to the wall. I bend my right knee. I bring my hand down to the brick, and I lean into my right inner foot. I lean into my hand, and I lift this leg up. I lift it up. Okay, so let's do that together. So press into your right foot, bring your right hand down, and then lift up your left leg, and lean back into that wall. So we're focusing on the standing leg. Yes. Is your right foot turning in? Did your right foot turn in? Don't let the right foot turn in. Bring your hand, top hand to the hip. 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 There you go. Right hand right under the shoulder. Straighten that right leg, Marion. Straighten it. Straighten that right leg. That bottom leg. Straighten it. Don't look down. Look straight ahead. Yes. Is your right foot turning in, Barbara? Is it? I don't know. Is your right foot turning in? Good. The right foot should be straight forwards. And now lift from your outer right knee into your right buttocks. Nice, Marion. That's the way. And bring your right buttocks forward. Good. Now bend the right knee and come down. Excellent. So watch. So I'll just show from you know, I'll show, you're going to go to this side, but watch. That same work. So when I'm in the pose, this outer knee has to lift into the buttocks. It's that same lifting. And that's what brings the buttocks forwards. If this is dropping, my buttocks goes back, and I will certainly fall down. Let's do the other side, okay? And make sure that, so balance on your left foot. The left side of your body is to the wall. Bend your left knee and bring your left hand down. Make sure that your hand is right under the shoulder. Right hand to the hip. Now the first thing is to check your foundation. The wheels, the tires of your left foot. Is your left foot turning in? Look down and see. Is my left foot turning in? Don't let it. You might have to move the left heel forward. Yes. Good. Now press down through those 4 tires. Lift up through the left kneecap. That's the way. Good, Pelican. And now lift from the outer left knee into the left buttocks. Lift from the outer left knee into that left buttocks. You have to move further back there. Marion, I think you should just do it this way. I think that's the left side, right? So just do it this way. With your hand up on the wall. Remember how we did that? You'll be doing this. That's it. And then bring that left buttocks forward. Very good. Now bend your left knee and come down. Excellent. Okay, let's try the other leg. So we'll get now what's happening with that top leg. Because what I saw in some of your poses, you seem to establish this standing leg. That was good. This was all pulling up. And the outer right knee was lifting. But this leg was kind of just almost dropping. This leg has to lift a little bit higher. Do you remember the firmness on your hip I said you should feel? When you do this, there's no firmness. When you go here, this is firm. And you're reaching this leg across to infinity. That leg has to reach out. I call this like a Taekwondo master, even though I know nothing about that. It's like a Taekwondo master reaching this leg out, okay? So let's try that on the other side, on the first side, right? So balance on your right foot, bend your right knee, bring your right hand down and lift the leg up. Good. Now reestablish your front leg. Press into those front tires, pull up through the right kneecap and lift from the outer right knee into the right buttocks. Very nice. That's it. Move the brick further forward, Marion. Move it further forward. Left hand is on the hip. Nice. There you go. Now, once you've reestablished that right leg, Barbara especially, lift your left leg up and reach your left leg to infinity. Press your left heel into the wall. Push it into the wall. Now lift your chest and lift your left arm up. Lift it upwards and pull it to infinity. Reach that left arm up, 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 up. Get lighter on the right hand. Nice, you guys. Now bring your top hand to the hip, bend the knee, and come down. Excellent. Let's do the other side. So press your left heel down and bend your left knee, bring your left hand and lift your right leg up. And then reestablish your left leg. Pressing down through the tires, the 4 wheels, there you go. And then pulling up through the outer left knee into the left buttocks. Nice. Make sure that your left foot isn't turning in. Very good. Barbara, yeah, lean back into that wall. You got it. This leg looks a little different. And see if you can bring your left hand flat to that brick. You might even be able to lower that brick lower, Barbara. Lower the brick down 1 level. That's it, Nicholas. Now bring the left buttocks forwards. Now focus on your right leg. Reach it out. Reach it out. And move the right heel back into the wall. Roll your right shoulder back. Lift up your right arm. And reach it up to infinity. Reach it up. There you go. Estelle, lift your back leg higher. Lift it higher. Nice, Marion. That's it. Don't let your head drop down, Marion. Good. Now bend the left knee and come down out of the pose. Super good, you guys. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. Press your heels down. Lift up through your chest. Okay. So now, all of you have your back at the wall, right? So now, if you don't, you can do it in the center. It's just more challenging in the center. But you can do it in the center. If you're doing it in the center, I don't want you to work with bricks if you don't have a wall. But if you're at the wall, you have 1 brick here on the right corner of your mat and another brick about 2 feet back. So it will look like that. So please organize that. 1 brick is on the corner, 1 brick is out. If you're in the center, don't use the bricks. Don't use the bricks, okay? If you're in the center. Because classically, this pose, Ardha Chandrasana, which means half moon, when that moon is in a beautiful half shape. Basically, we come into this pose classically from triangle pose. So let me show you how the pose works. So I start here on the left side of my mat. I take my right leg all the way out. So that brick, the first brick is right behind my right heel. Just watch first, and then I turn this foot in, I turn this right leg out. I have to remember, use your smrti, which is your memory, to remember those actions in the front leg, those actions in the back leg. I lean into the wall, I bring my hand down, that's it. So that's triangle pose, but now I'm using a brick for the hand, right? And then I bring this hand to the hip, I bend my knee, and I bring my hand forward onto the other brick. I come up onto my big toe, and I shift forward. You might have to move this brick a little bit forward. It depends on, your body proportions. And you're in the pose. Now watch. Coming out is the most challenging part. I come here. I keep against the wall. I leave that brick where it is. I take my left foot all the way back, and I bring my right hand here. That's it. I come back to triangle pose, and I come up out of the pose. Let's give it a go. If you're in the center, you do all that in the center with no bricks. Okay? So just stand with your left foot at the left side of your mat, step your right leg out, and get your brick right behind the right heel. Lift up your arms, Lutita, Hasta, Podasana. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out, lean back into the wall, come to triangle pose, Lutita, Vrksasana. If you're in the center, just have your hand on the leg. Now bring your left hand onto the hip, bend your right knee, pause, yes. Now, shift your right hand forward to your second brick, and then lift, bring your back foot closer, but be on your big toe. Press your right heel, press your right hand, and lift yourself up. If you need to move the hand brick forward, do it. Straighten your right leg, turn the right leg out, bring the right buttocks forward, lift your left leg, lift your left arm, lift your chest, and spread out. Be in the pose. Now bring your left hand to the hip, bend your right knee, pause. Bring your right hand back to the first brick and bring your left foot all the way back to the edge of the mat. Straighten your right leg, straighten it. Lift up your left arm. Your right leg should be straight, triangle pose. Come up out of the pose. That's the way. Turn your right foot in. Bring your arms and your legs back together. Well done. As they say, jai. Jai means congratulations. So let's go to the other side. It means good job. So bring your bricks to the left-hand side. One brick is at the corner, one brick is a little bit of back. Okay, now step your right foot to this edge of your mat. If you're in the center, you know what to do. So take your legs wide apart so that the first brick is right behind your left heel. Your right heel is near to the wall. Now lift your arms, turn your right foot in, turn your left leg out. Straighten your legs. Lift your chest, that's it. And then reach out and bring your left hand down to the first brick. It should be right under the shoulder. Straighten the legs, bring your right hand to the hip. Bend your left knee. Bring your left hand onto the forward brick. Bring your back foot closer, but keep your top shoulder back. Don't keep it back against the wall. Come up onto your big toe, and then lift. Press down. If you need to move this hand brick forward, do that. Straighten your bottom leg. Lift your outer left knee into your left buttocks. Bring your left buttocks forward. Lift the back leg. Lift the top arm. Lift your chest. Lean back into the wall. That's the way. Now, bring your right hand onto the hip. Bend your left knee. And then bring your left hand back to the first brick. Take your right foot all the way back. Straighten your left leg. Lean back. Lift up your right arm. Press your heels and come up out of the pose. Nice, you guys. Turn your left foot in. Bring your hands to the chest, step your arms and your legs back together. Very good. So your future is to be able to do that in the center. Some of you are already there, so congratulations to everybody. Once again, have your hands on the wall at the level of the waist. Otherwise, bring your hands down to the floor. Take your feet at least as wide as your hips, maybe even as wide as the sticky mat.